What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing a 2017 Aprilia RSV4 RR. We're sitting on 201 horsepower, 84 foot-pounds of torque, and their 999cc motor. Let's get in and talk about a little bit about some of the negatives. We'll end with some of the positive notes on this bike.
So this is Vilmoto. This is my 2017 Aprilia RSV4. This bike is definitely going to put a smile on your face from the moment you turn it on. The Aprilia has this aggression and raw performance, but it's not really user-friendly, say like comparison to one of the other leader bikes.
Yeah, it's definitely a complex, exotic machine. I mean, in every sense of the way.
The braking is unlike anything else you're going to ride. It still, to me, has the best symbiotic relationship between the chassis and the brakes. It's really composed. It actually loves to have the brakes thrown on really hard. So this bike handles better than almost any bike out there.
It's great for the track, great for the mountains, canyon riders.
Acceleration is phenomenal on this bike. It really takes off, especially at lean angle. It loves digging out of corners. It is really gnarly, definitely very focused, a lot more aggressive. It's a race bike for the street.
Yeah, it really is.
The gearing is super tall, so not very good in this application that you're seeing right now, the stop and go kind of street.
Yeah, you're always going to be in first gear. Very tall first gear.
Very tall first gear, and it doesn't like low RPMs. But that's going to pay big dividends in the corner when you're changing directions or coming up to a decreasing radius. It's got a great quick shifter and auto blipper down that works seamlessly. You can just get down into that first gear, get into this really usable first gear for that application,
and just tear out of the corners.
Yes.
Nothing else really like pulls out of the corners like the Aprilia. It really is a brute in like canyon riding, mountains, and on the track. And that's mainly where this bike should be applied. I mean, it is you've had a good time at using it as a daily rider, but one of the downsides is there is expensive and frequent maintenance. So the cost of owning an Aprilia, not only from the price tag, which you're at least looking at $20K plus.
Yes.
You're definitely going to have a lot of maintenance on your hands. Yeah, if you're near an Aprilia delership, near a track, and that doesn't matter to you, and the maintenance doesn't matter to you, this is a great bike. Italian bikes are known to be a little bit, temperamental, and this one, for instance, I mean, usually. We've had several rides where some sort of warning light has come on, something has happened.
Yes. So it does get frequent service alarm warnings. Aprilia has failed to diagnose what exactly. So as you're seeing right here,
there's one, right there.
It happened just from one corner to the next. The service alarm came up, but there's actually nothing mechanically wrong with this bike. It's been diagnosed many times. Nothing wrong with it. It's never failed me. It always starts. It always runs. It's an absolute dream to ride. It makes a lot of power. It makes power down low. The looks are world class.
Yeah, it really is. It's a sharp bike.
2010 is when this bike came out, and here we are 2019 with very little changes to this model. Now they've made some facelift changes to the next that's come up, but this thing still looks good.
Yeah, it's still
after
a great looking bike.
10 years, it still looks great. It gets a lot of attention. You park this thing, people walk up to it from all types. I've had even Harley guys get very enamored by this bike, and that leads me to the next thing, which is the sound. That's what grabs everyone's attention. This thing sounds amazing. Nothing sounds like it. It's not high pitched, it's deep, it's rumbly. From a distance you can mistake it for a V8, but then when you do get high revs, it turns into just like this screaming Formula One Ferrari kind of sound. It sounds great.
It's good. It's a fun bike to ride behind, for sure. It sounds really good.
So a lot of people like this bike, but it's come with its price tag, literally and figuratively. So I got a great deal on the bike. I got it shipped to me directly from Extreme Power Sports in Maryland. The bike MSRP at the time was $19. That's exactly what the local dealerships in Savannah and Charlotte wanted for it. Extreme Power Sports shipped it to my house for $15,500. So I was able to get a really rock star deal on it, and got a really good deal. But the sacrifice was I've had to learn to maintain this bike pretty much on my own, and rely on the fact that I do have a motorcycle table at the house. I have tools. I'm a pretty mechanically inclined guy. I have friends that work on motorcycles and have been able to help me out.
It's probably not a bike for somebody who is just getting into the game or just wants to go out and hop on the bike every day. This is something that you're gonna have to really love this bike to like own, I feel.
Yeah, and I think if you're a mature, a skilled rider, you've had multiple bikes, you would love this bike. But honestly, it's not at home on the street. It's at home in aggressive canyon riding. It's at home on the track. That's pretty much where it belongs.
Yeah, I mean, it is basically, Aprilia just made their race bike and put some lights on it and said, okay, here you go. I mean, that's basically what this is.